everyone, and welcome back to Courtney's 5 Critical Classics. I would like to first apologize for the extended delay in videos. I went through a lot of changes and moved 1,200 miles away from where I was, and a lot happened, so I kind of got distracted, forgot about it, so I decided I'm going to start it up again, and what better way to start than with a concert review. So I will be reviewing The Who. I went to the Who concert at Amalie Arena. I wasn't sure if I was going to go. I wanted to, but I didn't have anyone to go with, and so I eventually decided, you know what, this may be the last chance I'll ever have to see them. So I bucked up, decided to get a ticket and go, and I am so glad they did. When I got there, they actually had an opener, which I didn't even realize until I got there. I was on the phone with my mom, and it was 7:30, like when the show was expected to start, and immediately, like 7:30, I started hearing music, and I was like, oh, I gotta go, apparently there's an opener. So Joan Jett came out, she was the opener, and when I first saw her, I was like, okay, I can get with this. I saw Pat Benatar, which I feel like they're kind of in the same category, and she was awful. She told a lot of stories, and I was like, I don't want to hear your stories, really. So I was a little, had low expectations for Joan, but she came out and did phenomenal. She played 13 songs, and she looked awesome, which, all girls can appreciate. If you know Joan, she's like 50, I don't know, 55, 56, somewhere in there. And so when she came out, I was like, man, she's still really hot. So it was really cool to see her, like, yeah, I hope I look like that when I'm in my 50s. So she came out and she started with Bad Reputation, went into Cherry Bomb, Do You Wanna, Drive Me Wild. She played a couple newer songs. And when you go to a concert like this and they're, not, they're older than 10 years, past when they first released music, it's always a toss-up. Like, are they gonna sound good, or are they gonna still have that voice, or are they gonna, have gone downhill a little bit? Well, I assure you, her voice sounds exactly the same. It was awesome. She was rocking, she was, up there jamming, she looked the same, sounded the same, so that was pretty cool. And, I kind of feel bad on my part because I kind of underestimated her. I saw her come out and I was like, she's okay. I kind of like some of her songs. And as she got into, like, Do You Wanna, and I was like, man, she does have some good songs. So yeah, she played some new songs, and then she went into I Love Rock and Roll. She played Crimson and Clover, which I think she should have never covered, but that's just my opinion. And then she played Hate Myself as her last song. So they did awesome, played for about 45 minutes. Didn't really talk a lot in between, which was kind of disappointing. You don't like to hear a lot of stories, but you don't want to hear, like, okay, bang, 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 I'm done. So that would be my only complaint if I had one, which isn't even really a complaint, just just me talking. So then The Who came out, and they started at like 8:45. They started out with a couple early ones, Can't Explain and Substitute. Let me turn on my music here. So Can't Explain and Substitute, and then Pete started talking, and he said, I actually wrote this next song while I was in Florida. I was visiting some family in St. Pete, which isn't too far from here, and maybe it was friends, I'm not sure what he said, but he was visiting somebody here, and he said, I was down here and I was wandering around by myself, and was getting bit by mosquitoes and attacked by these fucking hummingbirds, and everybody started laughing, and I had a good laugh too, because I always complain about all the critters and just crap down here. It's ridiculous sometimes how many critters there are. So then he went into The Seeker, which was one of the songs on my I Want to Hear list, which I always make before I go to a concert. You know, you always have those songs that it's like, man, I really hope they play this. And they played all of the songs on my want to hear list except for 2. So we went into The Seeker, and during The Seeker, either, I don't know if it was Zach Starkey, who is Ringo's son, he was on drums, or if it was Pete Townsend. One of them messed up, and by mess up, I mean might have like played a note wrong or you know, going too fast. I don't know. I don't play music. It's hard for me to describe something I don't know about. But it was funny because I heard it. I have an ear for it. I couldn't tell you what it was, but I heard it. It was just for a brief second, and in that second, you could see both of them look at each other like, whose fault was that? And then they, you know, they obviously kept going. They never stopped the music. But in that little moment they had, it was just kind of funny. It made me giggle. So then they went into Slip Kid and Who Are You? And when they started playing Who Are You? I was like, man, they're playing this already? Like, what's going on? You know, how many more good songs are they going to pull out in this set? Well, they pulled out a lot of them. They went into The Kids Are All Right, I Can See for Miles, Pictures of Lily, My Generation, which was another song I kind of wanted to hear. I actually, you know, that's one of the songs I remember first really liking by The Who, because I saw them play it at Monterey Pop, which was, you know, I saw it on TV. They played it in the early 60s. It was a music festival that was, you know, had the Mamas and the Papas and all of the peace, love, and harmony bands, and then out comes The Who, and it was really funny because at the end of the set, you know, I don't remember if it was Roger or Pete, but one of them started, you know, I think it was actually Roger. He was twirling around, had his mic stand up in the air, and then Pete started smashing his guitar, and things were like, the set people were like coming out and trying to drag things off so they wouldn't destroy it. And during this whole time, all this commotion is going on. There's Keith in the background still playing his drums, you know, everything's being taken off stage, and you know, there's a fire going because Pete and his guitar, and Keith's still playing. And then finally, when he realized, you know, he probably had to get off stage, he kicked over his drum, and it was just, you know, you could see the crowd in awe, just like, what is happening? You know, what are they doing? It was the first time they'd ever seen somebody do something like that. So I feel like that was a really monumental song for them, and you know, it made me happy to hear them play that. So after that, they went into Magic Bus, and that wasn't one of the songs on my want to hear list, and I like the song. I have no, you know, issues with the song, but Roger was saying that it's one song that they always had people request in the crowd. You know, they'd be at a concert and they'd be Magic Bus, and they wouldn't really play it all the time. You know, it wasn't a song they wanted to play on tour, so he said they were gonna pull it out for this concert, and did they pull out all the stops? OMG, it was crazy. It was probably my favorite song of the night, and like I said, it wasn't even one that I really wanted to hear, that I was like, yeah, Magic Bus, but it was definitely the highest intensity. Like, I mean, it was unreal, just the intensity they played this song with, and being up there and being 70 and 71, and when Roger got done telling his story about they never really played it at concerts back when the song first came out, all of a sudden you just hear Pete on his microphone say, "You can't have it," and I was like, ah, you know, it just got y'all excited. So yeah, that was a really cool experience to hear that and have it be my favorite song of the night when I didn't even really have it on my list. Then they went into Behind Blue Eyes and Joined Together, which was another one on my list that I really wanted to hear. And at this point, I was a little concerned for Roger Daltrey. And, I mean, you know, he's 71 years old, and you could hear him getting kind of short-winded. His blue shirt was no longer blue. It was just soaking wet with sweat. He was up there doing mic spins during the first song. I mean, he was getting it. And so I was a little concerned because you could tell he was just, I mean, everything he had to sing these songs with the intensity that he wanted to. but I'm glad he did because it was such a memorable experience for me. So they played Join Together, and Lauren Gold, I felt kind of bad for him because as soon as I saw him pull out that mouth harp, I don't know how to play one. I wouldn't even know, what to do with it. But I saw him up there, and he was like, he had his finger on it, and you could see his eyes just like looking up to the sky, like, is it over yet? Is it over yet? Am I done yet? So, I feel kind of bad for someone who has to play that, but I'm glad they did because Join Together is one of my favorite songs. So then they went into You Better You Bet and I'm One, which is a song I had completely forgotten about. And so I was listening to it, and I was so mad at myself. I was like, how did I forget about this song? The song is so good. And I mean, it was giving me goosebumps. It was just so good. And, it's really a miraculous thing when you hear a song that you haven't thought about in years. As I say this, I'm not even 30 years old yet, but, a song you haven't heard in a long time, and it's like, yeah, I remember this. I like this. So I was kind of disappointed in myself for forgetting, but, happy that The Who reminded me. Then they went into Love Reign Over Me, and at this point during the concert, they had been playing for almost 2 hours. So, that's an intense song. I mean, it hurts my voice just thinking about it. I have a cold, so I can't even think about yelling, but Roger went into this song, and I mean, it was just unreal. Gave me goosebumps because, he howls in that song. It's it's an intensity unmatched by any other Who song, and he just killed it. If you look up, there was somebody at the concert who did a snippet of the very end of the song, maybe the last minute or so, and they wrote in the beginning, Roger, after killing it for the past 2 hours or hour and a half, pulls this out, and you just hear him, say the love, with his strongest intensity and his yelling/singing voice, and it was just like, a moment unmatched in the concert. It was pretty crazy. So then they went into Eminence Front, which Pete actually said. He said, I wrote The Seeker in Florida, but I wrote Eminence Front about Florida. So I went into that, and then a quick one, While We Wait, Amazing Journey/Sparks, and at this point I was really tired. It was way past my bedtime, and I was kind of mad at this point too because while I was there, I thought they were playing Overture from Tommy, and they were actually playing Amazing Journey into Sparks. And Sparks is one of my favorite songs because it's in Almost Famous. Well, I didn't even realize they were playing it. So I guess that's what you get for getting old and staying up past your bedtime. You get a little bit confused. So then at the end, they went into Pinball Wizard, See Me, Feel Me, which is the one song I was really hoping not to hear, but, I'll forgive them. It's The Who. Then for the finale, they played Baba O'Reilly and Won't Get Fooled Again. So yeah, the concert was a little over 2 hours. And as I said, Zach Starkey, Ringo's son, was on drums. He was amazing. Other than that one little goof up during The Seeker, I mean, he was awesome. He had a few drum, not solos, but I'd say extensions where he kind of rocked out a little bit. And he sounded awesome. Simon Townsend also played. I think it's Pete's little brother, he said, or cousin or something. I'm not sure. But I had to laugh because all I could think of was Lurch. He was extremely tall for no reason at all. And it was just funny to see him up there on the guitar, just standing like a statue. And, but, I mean, he sounded good, so, no complaints there. So, yeah, that is my concert review of The Who and Joan Jett. If you'd like to hear me or my opinion about anything or have any ideas for my list, I'd love to hear them. Feel free to post them on my YouTube channel under this video or on my Facebook page where I will also post this video. Have a good night and adios.